So what is growing on? I'll tell you what's growing on this morning. We're growing on. I've been waiting to make this video for a long time. I've been looking at properties for a long time. And excuse me if my eyes are puffy this morning. I just had a friend out here. We did a little kind of blessing ceremony to the land, and we just purchased some commercial property for the business. As you can hear, the cars going by. I'm right on Highway 41, just a few miles from my farm. We found 7.5 acres that goes back a full city block to about the west, all the way to this road over here. And just so you guys know, we're gonna be working here for a couple of months. I can't wait to have you guys here, but I'm not ready for people to come by just yet. I wanted to put that out in the beginning. We're gonna be here to get work done. We're gonna be here to make things happen. I don't have a lot of time to talk and chit chat. I don't have a lot of extra help. Whatever little time I do get on the property, I wanna spend pounding dirt, as you guys know. I hope to have a soft opening sometime in June, a grand opening ribbon company sometime in July. Obviously we're expanding our retail nursery here. Education center, tours like y'all have been asking for, demonstration site. Most importantly, really stepping up our propagation. 44,000 cars a day here go by. One of our big goals is actually starting to get into tissue culture propagation. I'm gonna put a couple of big greenhouses, temperature controlled on the property. Gonna put a sterile lab in. We're really gonna get into some cool stuff. So lots of things to come. Now this is the downside, guys. I'm in an NFT, that means no fly zone. I couldn't even put up the drone this morning. There's an airport down the road. I requested permission. They haven't given it to me. Tried twice to get this thing up. Gonna try again when I put this camera down. I actually have somebody here to help me today. My buddy Caleb, he's gonna help with some B-roll, some filming all day. Hopefully we'll get that drone up. This is the property line all the way over to our north end. I just had it surveyed, and I gotta tell you guys, their theft is bad in this area. Last two businesses that had opened here had all their stuff stolen. So, you know, we're clearing property lines. I'm ordering fence. We're getting security cameras. We're showing presence. I'm gonna probably have somebody even stay here for the first 6 months until we, you know, kind of have no issues, hopefully. But as you can see, there is a little corner here next to me. Looks like this fence line is actually on my property. As you can see, we go about 10 foot past the fence. And it's a weird triangle here in the front. This is the commercial half, the back half is ag. All right, so enough said. Tell me that's not exciting. I'm gonna get to work. I gotta get that Bobcat off the trailer, hoping to get you guys some time-lapse footage. Did bring a GoPro today. I don't know how it's gonna work. Like I said, got a film guy, getting some B-roll, some action shots. So definitely stay tuned. All the good trees are staying. Most of this property is invasive trees. Most of it is cherry laurel, lots of China berries, you know, lots of just crap trees like this that you can't just cut down to the ground. You know, we're ripping them up with the grapple. Probably gonna burn them because there's so much seed on them right now. I don't wanna just mulch them and have them come back up, and I can't just mulch them myself. I've called forestry mulchers. I've called big tub grinder mulchers. These guys want $6 grand a day to come out here. So at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna burn. I can burn it all in a day or two. It's not worth, you know, 12,000 bucks to get these guys to come out and chip all this stuff. Because I have the frontage, guys, the mulch is not gonna stop. I'm putting a sign out here by the road. I'm giving these guys easy access. I'm fencing off a back area for mulch. So my issue with the mulch mountain, with my neighbors, all the problems we've had through the years will be gone. For y'all that buy plants, come to support us all the time, I can't thank you enough. And I apologize, you can't come pick that plant out yourself. You're gonna be able to do that. You don't need to make an appointment anymore. We're gonna have regular hours of operation here. So lots of big changes, lots of big growth. And I'm gonna tell you guys, this isn't gonna be the last property for us. This is just the first big property. We are moving, we are expanding. There's some big things in the works. Oh, we even got the little Kubota out here today. Actually borrowed that one from a friend. Lots of friends have come through to help me with this property. And I thank and love you all. You're the best. Obviously couldn't do it without you guys. So I'm gonna show you this corner side road. I think that's it. I gotta get to work. Most of this is pine and cherry laurel. So pines will stay, cherry laurels will go. We kind of plan on putting the main entry over there, back where I just showed you by that flag. And you'll exit over here on this side. I'll have a second entry gate a little bit further down, and it goes pretty far on this road. And this is probably the most hideous aspect of the property. At closing, we did send the check back to the company. We did tell them to get this thing off of here. Not a big fan of ambulance chasing lawyers. Not a big fan of the phone number. As you can see, it's quite ugly, and it's an old crappy sign. I'm hoping they'll just abandon it and I can put my own sign up. But this place goes all the way to that next property down there. There's actually a fence where they have the dumpster out front. Got guys picking up trash, and we're getting ready to start ripping out invasives, clearing this place. And it goes a full city block down that way. So 7.5 acre commercial education center, retail nursery, kicking up propagation, coming at you. Y'all have asked, I've been waiting, and we finally found the right place, and y'all are awesome, so thank you. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but excuse my puffy eyes. I didn't sleep last night. I just had a friend out here. We kind of did some blessings on the land, giving gratitude, and I just became a hot mess. I'm thankful for a lot. It really, things hit, you know, started thinking about my grandparents, my mom, my dad, people that are gone, people that helped me get to where we are, everyone. We've had a lot of help with this. I couldn't have done it without help, so y'all are the best, man. I love you guys. So it's been a minute since I got back out here with the camera guys. I'm at the new commercial property. Exciting stuff. Got my first load of mulch yesterday. We've been working on this northern property line. Kind of wanted to show you guys where the property actually ends. We have been trying to purchase this piece of land over here just because it is connected. Not that we need that much more land, but the fact that it's connected to ours, it makes sense. It would also give us another side road, so maybe one day. But this is our property corner over here on this side, so you can see goes straight into the backyard, and we're taking out all these invasives, and it has been no small undertaking getting the cherry laurel, camphor trees, some of these big China berries, a lot of just weed trees out of here. So I have definitely ran into some hurdles with Pasco County here, trying to run a legit ag business, agritourism. They're making me jump through some hoops. So if any of y'all work for Pasco County, watch the channel, drop me a line, drop me an email. I would love some direction and help with this. Still working on getting that sign out of here. The boys are putting up some no trespassing signs, and I think within 2 weeks, we're probably gonna have fencing up. So that's kind of exciting, but it is looking like June before I, potentially get that meeting with the county. That's the big problem. And we get some permitting to get culverts in and everything else. It's really interesting. I'll talk to you guys about that on the side road once I get over there, but I have to get some egress, ingress kind of coming in off of that moorland side. So, oh, there he is. What's up, Trice Dog? My man Trice. Trice is quite awesome. Joined the team about a month ago. He's been working out great. That is his van. He drives it here to the job site every day. And we have not done anything here on this front property line. This oak is in the county easement. My property line is just to the left of that pine down there. And you guys, everything that you see along here, these are all invasives. This is all crappy cherry laurel, class 1 invasive. And what I've found out is cherry laurel is worse than Brazilian pepper. At least Brazilian pepper doesn't sucker and come up all over the place. This cherry laurel stuff is absolutely brutal. It is a battle in itself, but I got something bigger I want to show you guys, talk to you about. Let's go over to the other side. All right, so back over here on our side road, and this is where I finished the video I started the other day, and some things have changed. The biggest thing that we've run into here is one of our neighbors doesn't like what we're doing. I don't know which one. I've met about 20 of them. They called FWC. They said that I was molesting and destroying tortoise holes. We have a lot of gopher tortoises. When I say a lot, probably 6 of them here on the property. I was not destroying them. I was not covering the holes, but we're in compliance. I've been in contact with the state biologist. I've had FWC out here multiple times. All of our holes are flagged out. I'm going through the process now to actually relocate a couple of those turtles myself here on the property. And honestly, after dealing with some of these turtle guys or tortoise guys, I tend to mess that one up, guys. If I do, it is a gopher tortoise, I know. And they're just a mess. I have not been impressed with anybody that I've spoke to. These guys are terrible. That's all I can say. I've only found one that I kind of liked, and it is very, very expensive to move these things. It's actually, this is the crazy part, it's a racket. It's cheaper to kill them than it is to move them. And you all know I try to be as much of an environmentalist as possible. We're not going to be killing any tortoises here. So I've stayed away from the holes, but until we can move them, I can't finish clearing some of this cherry laurel. I can't get my building up. I've got a couple things that kind of set us back. Out here in the front corner, and this is something interesting we just figured out, that this guy's property stops about 40 foot further back from the road than mine, where ours actually goes all the way up to there. Now we do know eventually they're going to widen 41. They might encroach. They're going to have to pay to move my fence. They're going to buy a little land when that day comes. It is what it is. As you can see, this is still up. We're still trying to get the sign down. I hope in a perfect world they take the sign itself and leave the billboard and we can throw one on it, but most likely they're going to take it down. As I said, ambulance chasing lawyer with kind of a crazy phone number there. Speaking of lawyers, I would love to find a permaculture minded lawyer, someone that gets what we do, that I could just, have as a relation with, somebody to throw business questions at. So if you're a lawyer, you follow the channel, you're into what we're doing, you think you can help me, we could build a relationship, we can trade, whatever you want to do. I just don't want to hire any regular lawyer. I'd love to find someone that has the same values that we do. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm putting it out there. A lot of times you guys come through with some amazing stuff. So I haven't done too much up here in the corner. You can kind of see where we've gotten into the property, and I've priced grinding. It's $750 an hour. I've priced chipping. It would take us a month to chip this. Most of this material, most of these invasives, they have seed on them. I really don't want them chipped and even on the property. So once we get our fence, once we relocate a couple of our tortoises, I'm going to get a burn permit. We're going to burn a lot of this, obviously save the ash, maybe make some biochar. But for the most of that, these piles you're seeing behind me, those are invasive species. Those are getting burned. We're going to get them out of here. And that's really a lot to do with cost. I don't have, $6,000 a day to get somebody out here for 3 days in the budget for this one. So, we're in 2 days, I could probably burn it all myself. You guys can see some of these big piles, and we've obviously left any of the oaks. That is another invasive tree right there. That is coming out. That is an invasive tree. We've just left a couple of the bigger ones. And as you see a tire pile, there is no lack of trash here. There is dumped boats on the property. There is old cash registers. There is tires. I'm going to need 2 dumpsters to get all this trash out of here. We're going to have to get that brought off site. Obviously not burying it. I've been digging up trash. There's a hole that has shingles in it. We're getting the trash out. Going to probably put some fill dirt in that hole, but a lot of stuff has been buried here over the years, and just thought I'd give you guys a quick walk down the property line. So right here, just so you know, my property actually transitions from agriculture to commercial. So we have a little bit of a different zoning. This is the side I want to put our large pole barn ag building on. This is the side that'll host a lot of our nursery. This is the side that'll have most of the greenhouse. That side over there will be most of our retail pickup, demonstration, parking, that kind of thing, where we'll have like a pretty garden area, have all the plants set out. Also a lot of understory with bigger trees there closer to the road. Those are some of my best trees on the property. So to give people a little bit of shade, a little bit of protection for when they're getting those plants, they're not out in that full sun element. So this has been a really exciting project, and I got to be honest, the tortoise police kind of took the steam out of my sail there when this first happened. Literally took the wind out of everything, and within 24 hours I realized the problem is a solution. The officer I had dealt with out here is awesome. I'm actually going to feature him or actually their head PR guy and make a video just on tortoises, because I got to be honest with you, I learned so much about what habitat is in a tortoise hole, what tortoises eat, when tortoises lay eggs, things I never knew about a tortoise, and it was quite interesting to me, and I figured I need to share it with you guys. So we might eventually just become licensed to move tortoises ourselves, to excavate them, to dig them up, because we run into tortoises quite often on projects rather than having to call somebody else in. Now that I know all the rules with the tortoises, like distance you have to stay away from their burrow, etc. And speaking of tortoises, those yellow flags or pink flags that you see over there in that area, that is marking one of our tortoise zones. And over here on the front half of the property, I have about 10 burrows. Those burrows, typically speaking, one tortoise uses 2 to 3 burrows. So that doesn't mean I have 10 tortoises. That means that we have probably 4 or 5 tortoises that are going to be relocated to the back of the property. And we're keeping them here on the land. So the the big thing I wanted to share with y'all today is the tortoise is going to be the mascot to the site. You know, kind of a symbol for the farm, for the retail outlet. This is another one of our tortoise burrows right here. And as you're looking in, these are all just literally saplings of cherry laurel. The only thing that's not an invasive, it's under 5 inches, is this cedar tree. And there is a couple of oaks, mostly water oaks. And pink flags again, we haven't done anything in that area. You guys know I'm going to be planting lots of natives, lots of food for the tortoises. It'll be part of the experience when you come here. You come, you tour the farm, you do an educational event. I'm going to probably teach you a little bit about tortoises too and their habitat, what they like to eat. These guys live longer than we do. I've always stopped to pick them up in the road kind of situation. I found out that's even illegal. You can get in trouble for even touching them. So you do have to be a little bit careful. This area had no tortoises, so we have started to clear. Most all these trees right here in this corner are going to come out so we can establish that fence line. And here's our far fence line. So that was another cherry laurel tree down there. We cut that out. And the idea being that 60-70% of the front half of this ag property will all be ag. Like I said, greenhouses, black mat, production, barn, housing, you know, classrooms, a pole barn. Housing tractors, housing equipment, giving us a place to work in the rain, and we're going to end up building a permanent building on the commercial side. I did actually get really lucky. There used to be a house here. There has been impact already paid on the property, so my permanent building, my offices, our showroom will all be built over there on kind of probably behind where you guys saw my truck. We're kind of unsure of that. Working on a site plan. I actually just did a site plan yesterday for the tortoises. I had to grid them out, had to measure where all the holes were, I had to identify what direction the burrow was going, and we submit that along with our rest of our paperwork to get the permit here. So I don't know if that's worth filming. You guys let me know if you want to see some tortoise relocation on the owned land. But it doesn't really apply to what we do completely. But I do think a video and just bringing some knowledge to the tortoises, you know, how protected they are, how to be careful for them, and just filling you guys in on a lot of stuff that I had just learned. So I think that's about it. There is ticks here. I've probably pulled about 4 off of me since we started this project, and got to be careful with ticks. Got to be careful if they didn't high grass. That's typically when they get on you. You know, there is other insects that carry Lyme disease, but those guys are pretty nasty. So, oh, this is the side of the property I need to get a permitted easement on, a culvert for in and out, egress, ingress. And what's funny is that there's 30 culverts on this street. Every one of those culverts are homemade, handmade, non-permitted, but they are requiring, I can't even get a construction entrance because they say impede the flow of the water. So dealing with some hurdles, you know. I mean, this is obviously commercial over here. He's got a homemade culvert right there. You know, no culvert right here, but there is a culvert right there that's homemade. So he's got a couple of entry points that were already here on the property, like I said, that have not been permitted. But you know, if I put a 20-foot gate, I have to have like a 40-foot culvert. I got to get the concretes. I mean, the ends concreted in. I have to connect the pavement to my property. So there is going to be a little bit of a cost there. The whole goal is to feed everybody in from the 41 side, from that main where the house used to be, bringing them in through the commercial property over here to the building, and you could get out on this side also. So you'll be able to come in and out off 41, but you'll also be able to get out over here, and then more of a commercial entrance for our guys. They'll come in down here at the end. So the goal is to get 2 culverts here on this side of the road, permitted and installed. Hopefully we get permission for that by June. For now, I already have a culvert on 41. That's the most expensive one I would have to deal with DOT on. We're going to use that to come in and out, start getting some gravel in here, get our fences up. So if we're held back on, you know, being able to come in and out this way, we're just going to still be able to get in on the other side. So this property has been nothing less than exciting. I have not been able to get you guys a lot of drone footage. I hope to get the drone back up. I'm in a no-fly zone. I've called the airport. They said I should be fine for up to 150 feet. Shouldn't even need permission. It's more of a DGI thing. DGI, because they're one of those popular zones. They do have the most rules. I've submitted paperwork. I've given them everything the airport said, and they still haven't let me back up. So that is a pain in the butt. I'm going to get the drone back up, or I'll buy a different drone. I'm kind of done with DJI. They're upsetting me, but I know they're the biggest name in the game. But I hope you guys enjoyed this follow-up. I hope you're just excited as I am. It's 2022, and we're going to be pounding a lot of dirt. Stay tuned.